This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the morning of Tuesday, September 24th, 2024. I'm Alex Brown. Outgoing Indiana Fever President Allison Barber says the $98 million Marvella project in northwest Indiana, first announced last week, is taking shape as a future destination for girls' sports and leadership development. With its location at Fair Oaks Farms, Marvella hopes to reach girls around the country.
Marvella is primarily built around the value and the importance of team, physical fitness, mental fitness, emotional fitness, bringing all of those components together to really build strong girls to be successful in their journey in life.
The youth sports complex will feature indoor and outdoor playing fields, basketball and volleyball courts, a training center, and a 5,000-seat multi-purpose arena. Franciscan Health Crown Point broke ground Monday on the new Dean and Barbara White Cancer Center. While the full financial investment is not being disclosed, the project, set to open in 2027, is being funded in part by a $30 million gift from the Dean and Barbara White Family Foundation. Taft, Stettness, and Hollister LLP is heading out west through the law firm's newest merger with Sherman and Howard LLC in Denver. The firm announced Monday that it will merge with that city's oldest and third largest law firm effective January 1st. The merger will add 125 attorneys to Taft's list of attorneys that span from Denver to Washington, D.C., taking its number to more than 1,000 attorneys in the firm. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation invite you to the Engage Indiana series, presented by CareSource, Indiana University, and Old National Bank. With an unrelenting focus on growing Indiana's economy, we'll dive into each region's unique challenges and distinct opportunities for growth. 9 regions, one goal. Indiana's bold future starts here. Discover more and register at ibj.com/engage.
A joint effort between a pair of Indiana companies unveiled a new ambulance earlier this month at the EMS World Expo in Las Vegas. Here's Gary Dick.
The Type 2 ambulance by Daleville-based Autofarm Ambulance and Bristol-based Bontrager Industries emphasizes safety, reliability, and quality, the companies say. A Type 2 ambulance is built on a van-type chassis and typically has a raised roof that provides more headroom versus a truck-type chassis and driver cab common to a Type 1 ambulance. The collaboration stems from a long-standing connection between Autofarm President Jim Kissling and Jason Bontrager, the CEO of Bontrager Industries. The two were fraternity brothers at Butler University. Autofarm had turned to Bontrager, a manufacturer of truck and trailer campers, after experiencing production shortages with previous suppliers. Jason Bontrager says his company's expansion into the rescue vehicle industry allows the company to showcase the highest levels of design and manufacturing standards it is capable of. Autofarm is a division of Autofarm Mobility, which also sells wheelchair-accessible vehicles, durable medical equipment such as scooters and lift chairs, and pre-owned ambulances. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indianapolis-based drug maker Eli Lilly and Company filed a lawsuit in federal court this month challenging the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's ruling that the company's experimental obesity treatment called retatrutide does not contain more than 40 amino acids and is therefore not a protein. Lilly wants a court to find that retatrutide, which is in late-stage clinical trials, contains 41 amino acids and is therefore a protein. It wants the court to overturn a decision in March by the FDA, which rejected Lilly's request to designate retatrutide as a biological product and instead classified it as a drug. If Lilly can get a federal court to rule in its favor, the treatment could get 12 years of market exclusivity instead of 5 years given to drugs under the law. Endress & Hauser General Manager Todd Lucy is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC. A weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.